everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Yanni, and today we are going to do another cooking video. I'm actually going to make some homemade mac and cheese, my recipe, my way, for my 13-year-old because he loves mac and cheese. So if you're interested in seeing my recipe for some mac and cheese, then go ahead and grab a snack, grab a bottle of water, because you know we still trying to get healthy. I'm not having mac and cheese, he is. And keep on watching. Okay, ingredients. We're gonna need some elbows, and then salt, ground black pepper. I use Kraft Singles, the American, but you can use Deli American as well. I just love the way that this melts and it's like ooey gooey. A little bit of butter. I use the Country Crock Original, or I usually use the one that has the plus calcium, and they didn't have it at the supermarket, so I just got this one. And then for cheeses along this, I have mozzarella, Parmesan, and some mild cheddar. I've tried it with medium and I've tried it with sharp cheddar, and I just kind of like the way this vibe goes. And then you're also gonna need some milk. I'm using 1% milk because that's what they had at the grocery store, so that's what I got. You can use any kind of milk that you have, or even heavy cream. I do a recipe, like if I'm making, this is going to be just a one pot meal. If I'm baking my mac and cheese, I use a roux and I create a sauce that way, and I do like a bechamel and all that good stuff. But this is just my quickie version for my kids. Remember, I've got kids and I need a quick like meal. So here we go with a pot and some water. That's to make the actual macaroni. I'm gonna get my handy dandy salt, and I always do it to taste, but I've done this so many times that I kind of just know. So I do about 3 swirls, and that should be good, because you always want to salt your pasta because that's where it's going to gain a lot of the flavor. You don't want plain pasta that doesn't have any flavor. It's just like ew. So we're going to mix that up. And then you're just going to let it come up to a boil and cook your pasta just like the instructions on the box. I undercook it just a tiny bit because I do cook it a little bit more with all of the ingredients and the milk and everything. So I want to make sure that it's nice and soft, not al dente, and not mushy. So that's what I do. So we're gonna let that come up to a boil. Okay, so our water finally came up to a rolling boil, and we are gonna go ahead and add our elbow pasta. I'm gonna do the whole box because I want this to last at least a couple days. So there we go. And then you want to just mix around your pasta. So on the box it says just to boil it for 9 to 11 minutes or until our desired tenderness. So I'm going to just let it boil up for about 10 minutes and then come and check on it. So our pasta is already nice and cooked. We're going to strain this, and I'm going to put the pasta back into this pot, and then I'm going to show you the rest of my recipe. Strain the pasta, put it back in the pot. I've lowered down the temperature, and then we are going to start adding ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to add is my milk. Then I'm going to add some black pepper. And I always eyeball everything, so kind of use your taste for this. Been doing this for so long that I just kind of eyeball everything. Then we're going to put our butter. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so bear with me, people. And then we are going to mix. And then once I mix, I kind of look at the pasta and I'm like, okay, does it need more black pepper? My son loves black pepper, but I tell him he can always add some black pepper to the one that he puts on his plate because this is going to be for everybody. So maybe just a smidge more. Just a little. There you go. So this is all nice and mixed. And now we're gonna move on to the cheeses. Now, let's go ahead and add the cheese. So I'm gonna raise up the temperature. So we got the butter working, the milk working, and I added the black pepper already. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some cheese. So we're gonna start out, I always start out with the American cheese, the sliced cheeses. And being that I did a whole pound, I'll use about 5 to 7 slices, just depending. And like I said, you guys can use whatever cheeses you use or you like. This is what I like, so that's what I'm using. People use Gruyere, people use white cheddar. You can add a multitude of things to this. This is just a plain basic macaroni and cheese that I make for my kids. Well, my 13-year-old, because he's probably the only one that eats it. So right now we're on my 4th slice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing that in so that it can start melting. And you can see that the cheese is already starting to melt.
Not the cheese.
Oh, I got sneezes and people talking in my video. Thanks. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and add the mozzarella. It gives it that nice elasticity. So I just add some of that. And you can get whatever mozzarella you have cut. This is the off the block mozzarella from Sargento. I usually get the finely shredded because it's just easier to melt, but you can use whatever you want. You guys see that ooey gooey happening? Yummy, yummy. Next, we're gonna add in our cheddar. And this is where you're gonna get that nice orangey kind of orangey color. Not too orangey because it's like a pale yellow. That's how you know it's like a homemade. So the yellow you guys get out of the boxes, that's not the real. That's just a dye that you guys get. All right, and then the last cheese is Parmesan cheese, and this is just shredded Parmesan cheese, and that's what I got there. And then I'm just gonna mix and make sure it's all melted, and then it's ready to serve. Okay, and this is the final product of my mac and cheese. I hope you guys found this quick, easy. You guys might want to make it for yourself. Super yummy, super ooey gooey. If I wasn't having some issues with carbs, I would definitely eat me a bowl of this. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell down below so you can get notified every time I upload videos, which is 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you know, if my life permits. And yes, now I'm going to go ahead and go film my other video. So thanks again for watching. I hope you make this in your home because it's yummy, yummy comfort food. And I will see all you beauties in my next video. Bye.